prep Kaisha a little bit. That I was going to ask her to talk to you guys. So July last year was my first trip to Kenya, and I'm going back this next July again. I can't wait to go back. And it's the people are just incredible in Kenya. I mean, all the countries are incredible, but in Kenya, what's cool is the children speak English. Mm-hmm. And I like hanging out with the kids. I have my daughters or whoever demonstrate the filters and do all that stuff. And I like to be in the background just with suckers and hanging out with the kids, and they speak English, so it's really awesome. So I can't wait to go back. Plus, you know, we hit like 2 villages a day over 2.5 weeks. We'd roll into 2 villages or schools a day, and every village, and I was not expecting this, and it certainly wasn't, just was not expected, they'd throw a party for us. It's just an unbelievable experience, Kenya. Cambodia, Thailand, the Amazon River, Vietnam. Those are some of the other countries I've been to the last 3 years. Prior to that, I didn't travel. We sent the filters with mission teams, primarily with mission teams, out of church groups or mission organizations. Most filters went all over the world to these, they carry them and then distribute them by buckets where they go and distribute them to families and villages. So anyway, last year we were July in Kenya. We were there 3 weeks, but Kaisha wanted to go. She asked me to see if I could arrange for her to be there the whole month of June. I went there July 1. And because her career path is, part of her career path is agriculture sustainability and water sustainability. She graduated from San Francisco State University last year, and that's her career path. So she asked me, Dad, can you find something, maybe I can stay with the family and then meet you in Nairobi when you get there? So I did that, found a fantastic man that does the same thing that she wants to do. He's a PhD actually in Kenya doing the same thing, agricultural sustainability, primarily water sustainability. And so I arranged, she flew there by herself with, I think it was 70 filters, and she spent the whole month of June there. And then, come on up, Kaisha, and then we flew in July 1, and we were there for 3 weeks distributing the 200 filters we packed in to villages and orphans, like I said. So Kaisha is happy to be here to talk about her trip. I don't know if she's happy, but she's here to do it. And so and we got some photos that she took on her trip. And I think she has more amazing photos than even these, but I'm going to turn the mic over to Kaisha now.
Yay!
Thanks, Dad. Thanks for having me, and thanks for telling part of my story for me, Dad.
Mic closer.
Okay, sure. Can you all hear me?
No.
Sorry, I'm a soft speaker. I always try to speak loudly. So thank you so much for having me. I don't enjoy the spotlight as much as my dad does, and some other people do.
I don't enjoy it.
Oh,
yes, you do.
Yeah. I spent my summer 2015 in Western Kenya, in the rural reaches, an hour outside of any sort of city, and it was super wonderful. As my dad said, I arrived in Nairobi in the middle of the night, and though my dad had relations with some community organizers over there, I had no idea who these people were. And so coming in, I had to give my full trust to someone I didn't know. And it was a really strangely beautiful thing to go over there and, just put your life there. And some really amazing things came of my summer. As he said, I went over a month before. It was just me. I stayed with the host family, no running water. And that's me with 700, 600 little students. And that was my daily, I didn't sign up for it, but, telling people how to use these water filters day after day. We went to over 20 schools, and all these little pairs of eyeballs just staring up at you. And one of the huge things that we would do, or one of the most important things for me, was asking them where their current water source was. And oftentimes they would take you to a corrupted well source or the river nearby that animals defecate into. And so really concerning things. but also there's just so much joy to be had there. You bust out bubbles and kids are just smiling all over. And that lady, I've never seen a lady gush more joy than her. But if you look in the backgrounds, it's absolutely beautiful there, and there is just so much happiness to be had. But there's also despair, you know, like there's really big serious problems. And so, yeah, took over 75 filters, reached out to more than 20 schools, a couple orphanages. The lady next door to my host mom, she ran an orphanage, and it was just heartbreaking. There's 45 children in a room smaller than a third of this section, and just baby after baby after baby laying, and 7 of them or more is crying at a time. And the lady would be holding 3 across her chest, and so I got to learn how to do that, which was really cool. But I guess like one of the things I really want to get across tonight as I'm telling you about my experiences, I have many stories to tell, from silly to serious to heartbreaking and heart-wrenching, and I would love to share those with you guys afterwards. But one thing that isn't, I guess, said or brought across often enough is that there's so many floating pieces that come together to make this happen, to make these little boys be able to not have to walk 3 miles or a mile or so to the nearest river and water source that's potentially clean, maybe not. And when it comes down to it, it's people like you. It starts with your donations. It starts with people like you that maybe you can't get out there and be there, and I'm the person there on the ground, just as Stevie said, and I see these aching faces. I see these strong faces. I see tears of joy, tears of sadness. I get songs of celebration. I get all these beautiful, amazing embraces and handshakes and just incredible things I don't deserve. But I'm the person they see. I'm the receiving end. And it is so important for me to constantly remind myself as I'm over there that, like, that's something they want to give to all of you folks. Like, all of you people. And you can experience that, but I get to experience that constantly on a daily basis. And so, yeah, it's really moving, and I wish you could all experience that. And if you can go on a trip with my dad, do it. He's a wild ride, and it's a fun trip, but there's days that are a little bit scary, and there's days that are just, you know, you're going to remember. Next July, maybe. But yeah, so I'm really self-aware when I'm over there, and I guess I would just like to say that, for one thing, I overheard some people say, like, what is this? What's this white bucket? Like, is this a filter? Like, if you don't know what it is, come talk to us. We would love to explain it to you. It's a super beautiful technology. Yeah, and you should know about it, especially if it's something that you want to believe in or hope to believe in. And
Or do believe in.
yeah, and also I would just like to say that there's so many different fights out there to be rooting for, and I would say this is definitely a worthy one. So yeah, keep fighting the fight. Thanks for having me.
Woohoo!